Hey kittens, it's the kind kitten here. Hello! And I'm going to try and do a whole video and not switch into the other view mode. But basically I'm here on Tyken132's survival world, and I've downloaded it, and you might think that sounds like really simple, but for me it was like not so simple. And all I'm going to try and do is, and partly because I'm trying to do this is because I'm like super happy he is back playing Minecraft. So what I'm trying to do is to, well, basically spruce up his current setup, so to speak. So to make everything look nicer. I know that he's sort of like I talked with him and he sort of said that he was planning to do this, but I want to give it a go as well. I think I said also that in a future version of this, like maybe I might remake the whole thing but in a modern style. But for now, I'm going to try and just make it in the same style, sort of medieval style, but look a bit better. And I think one of the first things I'm going to do is sort of redo this. I haven't sort of like made any like major pre-plans and about what I'm going to do, and some of this I may even just do off camera. But I'll try and at least make it look a little bit better for now. In addition, I'm probably going to get rid of the fence because I don't want that on there at the minute. Because I'm not quite sure how this is all going to connect. So I'm instantly going to get rid of all of that. And I haven't really entirely thought about what I might do for the well. I want to kind of maybe make it more rounded. So I'll probably imitate that design on every single side. But as I said, some of this I'll do on cam, and some of it's I'll just do off camera and then like come back to what I've been doing. And I'm not sure whether to sort of give this a something on the outside, like, God, we've got all these new blocks. So I could possibly do something like this on the outside. And speaking of outside, what is... Oh, there's like redstone. That's the other thing, like, I don't know where all the redstone is. So, I may accidentally end up breaking some. But I'm not a redstoner, I'm a builder. So to be honest, that's not really... I'm not too fussed about that. If I end up breaking the redstone, it doesn't matter, because this is not a redstone series. It is a make things look prettier series, and hopefully I'll be able to do that. So what I could also maybe do is... oh, also I've completely forgotten, when this was done, it was the smooth stone slabs, but oh, what's it called now? There's like a double slab block. I think it's called stone something. What's it called now? Ah, the smooth stone. I've sort of like semi up to date with all of these like new blocks, but I keep thinking of like this is like a double stone slab, but like a special version, and it used to just be that it used to have a sort of like a number ID as opposed to an actual block name. So I'm more used to it from the actual special block ID. But it's so handy that it's just in the game now, because I'm not going to be using world edit, and I think for the minute I'll cut this off here because I'm not quite sure what this area is going to be. But maybe like I can make like a viewing area over here or something. Speaking of which, maybe I will. What wood to use? I guess medieval like uses a lot of the oak wood. And also the other thing I'm going to have to make sure I get used to is... Oh, Casey, why did you do like too wide? I'm not a big fan of too wide things. So maybe here, and so I'll have it like sticking off slightly, or maybe I could use this and have it just going off the edge just a little bit. I'll have to sort of think how to connect this. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to use this. And there's so many more sort of blocks that I can use. We finally get like the full version of these, and again I might sort of keep the trees, but I think possibly Casey just sort of like grew them, and that's sort of nice and all, but I sort of like doing custom ones, and there's people that can do this, and they can like, it's sort of like when some people build, like people can just sort of do organics and just sort of know what they're doing, and they're sort of like tips and tricks I sort of learned, but I'm still not like the greatest at them. Let me just try and maybe do another sort of split in the middle. Does it need more support on this side? It might do. I think that's looking okay, and I'll get rid of that. And the other thing I'm not quite sure whether to do is to do where people sort of do the slabs to make it look like it's going thinner, so then you get like maybe like upper branches that look a little bit like this. And I think for that it's individual preference, but I don't usually like that as much. So hold on a minute, maybe one going here and one sort of coming off here possibly. It's looking better than that one already, but I'm just not quite sure. I'll just do this for the minute, because the one thing that I noticed when I did this world is I didn't know how to download it and enable cheats at the same time. I think there's some sort of way of going into options and getting all of that sorted out, but I'm not actually quite sure how to do that at the minute, which is a little bit of a shame, but perhaps I can do that in a future episode. And what should I do on the outside? What is it called? Smooth stone? I've got to remember that. But it's so nice that I can just place one block now instead of, well, what's there where you place two. And just before I stop, I'll try and sort of do a little bit of decoration on this. So I might do... I'll put some torches down on the other bits just so it's... I don't know, what have I done? Oh, I see. I've got to like do it on every single bit. 2. And I'll switch it up slightly to a cobblestone wall. Just sort of transitioning a bit more smoothly to the spruce on top. And I don't want to make it like massively high. So I'm possibly going to do... I might just stick with like oak slabs instead. So I'll start here with kind of a straightforward shape. And perhaps I might go down one more layer. And I could maybe change some of these to stairs afterwards. So I don't want to go all the way around, but I'll do that. So just like the well has changed just a little bit. And I think, again, I think maybe some of them might be... I wonder if that would look better. Yeah, actually, I think it would. So it doesn't look better at the minute, but that's because I haven't added the very upper layer like that. And yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how that's coming along. And the other thing I'm sort of wondering about is I might have some bushes, but I don't know whether to just sort of add them all higgledy-piggledy, kind of like this, and possibly along here. Maybe we could have some vines draping down or something, as I've seen people do. Oh, good. Also, sorry about the lag. I think my memory card might be getting a bit full. So I might have some of them like hanging down like that. And, or I could sort of have them in these sort of neat rows like this, and it's a bit more... Well, even if I have them one high, it's a bit more organised. So I think I'll possibly do some work off camera. And, yeah, see what I can come up with. I'm not sure if I'll just stick to this area, or if I might dot around, or might sort of do one specific area. Sometimes when I build or alter things, I'm a bit sporadic, which means I sort of hop around and not focus too much on one thing at one time. This is the Kind Kitten, and this is episode 1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!